I've got to admit, I am beyond excited for the new Insomniac Wolverine game. Ever since I played their first Spider-Man game back in 2018, I've had an insane level of respect for what this studio can do with a superhero property. They made the definitive Spider-Man game. The movement, the combat, the story, it all came together in a way that just felt right. Like the team at Insomniac understood the DNA of the character better than anyone else. So when they announced that they were taking on Wolverine, I knew we were in for something amazing. Wolverine isn't your friendly neighborhood superhero. He's brutal, he's violent, he carries more baggage than most Marvel characters combined. That darker, more visceral tone is exactly the kind of creative challenge that can push Insomniac into new territory, and from everything that we've seen so far, I think they're more than ready to step up. The game isn't going to be Spider-Man with claws, it's shaping up to be his own thing entirely. One that digs into Logan's past, his trauma, his rage, his humanity. So today I want to go over everything we know about Marvel's Wolverine so far. Before we get into the nitty-gritty detail about Wolverine, it's worth pointing out why so many people, myself included, have sky-high expectations. Insomniac Games has quietly become one of Sony's most reliable developers, from Ratchet & Clank to Sunset Overdrive, and of course Spider-Man and Miles Morales. They've proven that they can blend kinetic gameplay with strong storytelling and polish it all to a shine. The most important part here is that they know how to make you feel like a superhero you're controlling. With Spider-Man, it wasn't just about combat or swinging, it was about capturing the fantasy of being Peter Parker, balancing his personal struggles with his responsibilities as a hero. Wolverine is a completely different type of character, but the same principle applies. It's not about giving us cool claws to slash enemies with, though that part will be fantastic. It's about making us feel what it's like to be Logan. The rage, the pain, his past, and of course, the raw animalistic combat style. Insomniac has the creative chops, the tech, and the experience to make Wolverine amazing. So let's start with the gameplay. The combat deserves its own spotlight because it's shaping up to be one of the most brutal systems Insomniac has ever designed. Unlike Spider-Man's more acrobatic, gadget-based fighting, Wolverine is raw power. Every slash, strike, finisher is designed to feel weighty. The animations capture the speed and ferocity of an animalistic fighter while still keeping Logan's movements deliberate and controlled. Dismemberment is definitely a thing. We've seen it in the trailer. Enemies lose limbs, blood sprays, and finishers are bone-crunching in their detail. This isn't gratuitous gore for the sake of it. It's a commitment to portraying Wolverine the way he's meant to be. You can't make a sanitized Wolverine game. The character demands violence. But it's not just about mindless button mashing. From what we've been shown, enemies will adapt and come at you in groups, forcing you to manage multiple threats at once. Some enemies will be humans armed with guns and melee weapons, others will be enhanced like Reavers, and of course towering mechanical threats like the Sentinels will completely change the rhythm of a fight. The healing factor ties directly into this. Instead of punishing you for taking damage, the game rewards aggressive play by letting Wolverine recover if you keep up momentum. It creates this push and pull dynamic where you're encouraged to fight like Logan. But combat isn't the only layer here. On top of that, Wolverine's enhanced senses are also being integrated into gameplay. We've seen hints that tracking enemies, sniffing out danger, or using heightened awareness could add a stealth element. Wolverine is a skilled hunter, and that predator instinct looks like it'll play a big role in how missions unfold. Traversal is another area where things look promising. The environments Insomniac is building are varied. Neon-lit streets of Madripoor, rooftops in Tokyo, snow-covered Canadian wilderness, and Wolverine's movement reflects that. He can leap incredible distances, climb and navigate vertical spaces in ways that feel very different from Spider-Man but still fluid and dynamic. These aren't empty set pieces either. Environments have destructible elements and hazards that play into combat. A bar fight in Madripoor, for example, might let you smash enemies into tables, walls, and whatever else is nearby. And of course, boss fights will be huge. From the trailer, we already know we'll be going up against characters like Omega Red and the Sentinels. These are cinematic, high-stake encounters that test Wolverine's abilities in completely different ways. Moving on to the story, Wolverine has one of the richest backstories in all of Marvel, and Insomniac isn't about to shy away from it. The central narrative is about Logan uncovering secrets from his past that keep slipping away from him. It'll be about piecing together fragments of his identity, confronting betrayal, and facing the violence that has defined his life. The tone is darker, more mature than anything Insomniac has done with Spider-Man. This is a story about survival, trauma, and what it means to live with blood on your hands. The cast of characters is already shaping up to be pretty impressive. Again, I mentioned Omega Red is confirmed as a major villain, which immediately sets the tone. He's a brutal, physically imposing enemy who's perfect for testing Wolverine's limits. Mystique also makes an appearance, which raises all kinds of questions about deception and betrayal. And from what I saw in the trailer, we can actually play as her, maybe. And then you have the Sentinels and the Reavers, both of which bring Wolverine's mutant identity and history with Weapon X into the spotlight. The settings also play into the narrative. Madripoor, the seedy, crime-ridden island nation, is the perfect backdrop for Logan's story of lawlessness and betrayal. Tokyo hints at ties to Wolverine's long history with Japan in the comics, and the frozen Canadian wilderness connects directly to his origins. Visually, the game is stunning. The art direction leans hard into a gritty atmosphere. Unlike the bright, hopeful tone of Spider-Man's New York, Wolverine's world is darker, moodier, and more violent. Each location has its own palette and style, giving the game a wide visual range without losing the central tone of brutality and survival. One of the coolest details is that the game's cover art is done in collaboration with comic artist Jock, known for his bold and violent Wolverine artwork. That rough, immediate, visceral style is exactly what the game is channeling. The animations deserve a shout out too, from the way Logan's claws extend with that iconic sharp noise to the way enemies react when hit. Everything feels brutal. The face animations also add weight to Logan's tortured psyche, capturing the emotional side of his journey. Marvel's Wolverine is set to launch in fall of 2026 as a PS5 exclusive. I hate that. Just make a PC port at the same time, trust me. Everything shown so far points to a game shaped by violence, trauma, and identity. The combat is raw, punishing, the story takes a darker turn, and the world feels more unforgiving. Insomniac has already proven that they can take a Marvel character and deliver a game that feels definitive, and now they're bringing that same care to one of the most complex and beloved heroes in the universe. If they manage to balance Logan's feral rage with his humanity, this could be a landmark in superhero games. For me, as someone who's hooked by Insomniac Spider-Man, this feels like the next major step. Thanks for watching, like, comment, subscribe. My name's been Suka. I'll see you guys next time. Yeah.